username headquarters here in Westlands. We'd like to welcome you to our live channel today. Remember, we are live in Facebook, we are live in Instagram, and we are live in YouTube. Please tune in. Today we are covering a topic that is very close to my heart: how to start a business with 10,000 shillings. 10 businesses you can start with 10,000 shillings only. There are businesses you can start, let me start by announcing, there are businesses you can start even with 0 shillings. My name is Reuben Kimani, I'm the CEO Username Investment Limited. We bring you these topics, we bring this information, this content, so that we can enlighten millions of young people out there. You might be one of them watching me today. We can enlighten you and tell you there is hope, there's something you can do with what you have. There are people out there, especially young ones like us, who are loitering the streets, they are going around. Of course, we don't have jobs in a country like ours. There are millions, there's joblessness, there's hopelessness. We do understand that. I've passed there myself. But I'm telling you today, there are things you can do with the skills you have. There are small businesses you can start. We always talk about lack of capital. And we covered this, I think, last week. Is capital really the challenge? The biggest challenge is not capital. The biggest capital you can have, it is you. And I talked about commitment. Commitment is also very important in life. Are you committed to your purpose? Are you committed to do something that can change your life? What are these 10 businesses? Many people who cover these topics will give you theories. I don't want to give you theories today. What is that practical thing that can work? There are people who also are off jobs because of COVID. They lost jobs last year, this year. There are things you can be able to do with the skills that you have and make a coin. Be able to pay your rent, be able to get food, be able to get pocket money. What are these 10 businesses that you can start with either 0 shillings, or let me focus on 10,000, because I know you'll need fare, you'll need airtime, you'll need bundles and stuff like that. 10,000 shillings. Let me start with the first one, which is very easy. But before I do that, something I would like to share first. Before I give theories, I'll give you about a bit about my life. 3 kind of businesses I've done in the past that I know did not require any capital. They required 0 shillings. I just found myself in a scenario and I realized I needed to survive. Reuben, you needed to survive and you needed to make it in life. So the first thing, I was in primary school. I did a lot of repairing of shoes. I think you might have I might have shared this in the past in my stories. And this is something I learned from somewhere. I learned that I can make the tools required through myself. The needle required, there's a scalpel that was required for cutting those shoes. The uzzis that were required for doing the repairing, they were found everywhere, going for 5 shillings and 10 shillings. So I remember I used to make like 50 bob per week. That in primary school, that's a lot of money for a kid. Like 50 shillings, especially slippers. You know the way slippers, if you have some slippers at home, the first point of defect is at the back and then the front. The back is 5 shillings, the front there, the middle, the T, 10 bob. So like 5 or 10 of them per week, that is 50 bob. That was a lot. I used to get my own pocket money. That was the first hustle I did. And then I learned there's a different way of surviving from what you have been taught, and you can be able to make your own money. Many years later, completed high school, did some few jobs here and there, but one I can remember, that's a small business, supply of groceries, which is very big today. It's one of the things I'll share, 10 things you can do with 10,000, 10 businesses you can do with 10,000 shillings. Mainly cabbages. I had established like 20 customers, daily customers. Remember, in the village, even in the city today, people buy things in small pieces. Your parent, maybe you can remember, they used to send you to buy quarter a kg of sugar instead of 1 kg or 2 kg, and you used to go there every day. Why? It's called the Kadogo economy, and because of our income levels. So I had established 20 customers. You take one cabbage per day, 5 bob or 10 bob. You used to make like 100, 200 shillings every day. Very easy. Maybe like 4 to 5 days a week. Very easy. It taught me a lot. Of course, I used to cover a small area. This is something that I can do. That is number 2. Number 3, I did computer science in JKUAT. Of course, we left and we tarmac like most of you have done in the past. There are those who are unlucky, they tarmac for years. There are those who are lucky, they get jobs in some few weeks or some few months. Some got jobs when you are in college. Congratulations to you, but I tarmac for 6 months. During these 6 months, of course, we have learned many skills, web design, software development, many things. There are so many IT graduates today, diploma or degree or otherwise, or even certificate. You can teach yourself a skill. We used to make website. Username initially used to do IT jobs. That's why we registered it, because we realized most of you big people out there, you not trust someone like Reuben, but you can trust an organization. These are some of the hacks our young people can learn. Create a company. These days you can do it online very fast. In some few hours you have a company and you can be able to present it and get small tenders and contracts. So I did a lot of web design. I've done more than 30 websites. You to charge between 5,000 to like 30,000 shillings. So I used to survive that way before I got my first job. Those are 3 hustles. The best thing I can remember from each and every one of them, it was out of need. Of course, I was jobless. I needed some money, pocket money, and I was learning entrepreneurship. So what did I do? Just start something, and I did not need any money for all of them, but I used to make an income every week, every day, and every month. That one has taught me a lot, and some of those lessons are key even today. I gave you that story because we are not giving theories today. We want to tell you something that is practical, something that I can think can work for you. We know there is joblessness in this country, but we also know there's a lot of problems in the society and so many needs that need to be met on the smallest level. So I think I'll go to number 1. Number 1, you can become a real estate agent. This one looks very big. The biggest flex of our time is online. Everything is online. You can sell anything online, a house, a car, a shoe, anything. That is the biggest flex and something that you can use. The best thing about online, you don't need money to own a Facebook account. You don't need money to have an Instagram following. There are young people as young as 20 years who have millions of followers, bigger than people who have been there for 60 years, 50 years. And they are making money out of it because they were able to establish a talent. And I think you can be able to do it. So online, you can become number 1, a real estate agent. This is something that we are doing in Username today. You just come and sign a contract with us and you can be able to sell plots for us. We give you like 2 to 5% commission depending on the circumstance. 2 to 5% for a plot worth like say 500,000 shillings. We have Springfield in Nakuru that we are selling for 580,000 for the customers who have taken the offer. Imagine getting like 2 to 5% of that money. We are talking about, how much is this? We are talking about more than 20,000 shillings for a single plot. Remember, most people don't make that kind of money per month. And somebody is languishing somewhere saying there are no jobs. Yet you can be able to access your church, you can talk to people, you can be able to access certain chamas and groups. You can be able to have seen many young people stopping me on the road, giving brochures, and they are selling properties. You can be able to also do that. Remember my 10,000 shillings. You can be able to make business cards, make brochures, be able to brand yourself, create a Facebook page which is free, an Instagram page which is free, a YouTube account, and I'll talk about that later, which is also free. Then you need some few coins here and there for transport, moving from town, going to meet these people, you deliver those brochures. Basically, you have a network that you can use. Is it church? Is it a chama that you know? Is it friends? Is it family? People who are pushing you to get a job. People who are telling you why you are not go to them. You can be able to make a minimum of 20,000 every month by being a real estate agent. If you feel that you can be able to sell, because there are people who have that skill, you don't need to be so educated. You can be able to sell. Come to us. We can be able to give you a contract. You sell our properties and we'll be able to give you commission. And I will tell you, there's one of our agents who have been able to get 10 plots for free. 10 plots. These are worth like 5 million shillings. In the last 6 months, they have been selling plots to us. Instead of taking money, they take plots. If you sell plots, 10 plots to us, we'll give you one for free. Imagine you can be able to invest even without any money. By just selling our plots, we'll be able to give that opportunity. And we are doing this because we know there are many people out there who are out of jobs because of COVID. And there are young people out there who may need this and they can be able to sell. God may not have been blessed you with cash right now. It will come later, but they have blessed you with a skill that you can be able to use. Remember, you can also sell houses the same way. I've seen young people who have registered themselves online. If you are looking for a house, remember you can develop some of these applications online, like a small website. A Facebook page is basic. They look for houses for people. If you are looking for houses, a house in Kasarani, for example, in Keno, they can be able to connect you for a small fee. And they do that. They are in Facebook. You can also be able to do the same. There are also those who are in Airbnb. I read a story about the other day. We are moving with the times. Be someone who moves with the time. You consume so much, a lot of information. Sometimes you consume garbage information in social media. Information that is not helping you, about gossip, about everything. I'm not saying you should not listen or read these news, but you can also listen and read something that can be able to help you. How to be able to make an extra coin online. I read a story about Airbnb. You go looking for people who have properties that can be put in Airbnb platform. If they make money, you get a commission out of it. It is very popular in the US, in the first world, but you can also do it in Kenya. That's a new idea for some people, and I know you can be able to follow it up. Be a real estate agent for free, and you can start with username. And if you know you have that selling skill for free, we are not charging you anything. Number 2, we have said the real flex is online. That is where the money is right now. Even the media today, every media station don't watch news anymore. For example, Citizen TV, I don't watch it. Most of the time I do it from my phone. Very few people are doing it from the TV. Things are changing. So the real flex is online. You can also sell clothing and shoes online. I was telling someone, it's so easy. You don't need to own a store. You don't need to own a big office like this one. You just need to have your room at home. You also don't need to own the shoes, the clothes that you are supposed to sell. What people are doing, and I have done this myself, this is not something, I'm not telling you things I have not done. I have bought things online. People display very nice shoes, very nice clothes, shirts, and stuff like that. And then you buy. You don't need to own them. You just need to look for people who own them. And that's where the 10,000 shillings is coming from. To go to Gong, to go to Nairobi, to go to Isli, to go to Toy Market, to go to Kamukonji, and all these other places. You get people who source them from China, from Dubai, from Turkey, from all over. Then you sell on their behalf. They'll be very happy. And you don't need to ask for anything. You just need their confidence that you'll be able to sell. What you do, you put it online. Some of you have a big following. When people order, you just need to go to the Kamukoji store. Remember, you don't own anything, and then you deliver. Then you get a commission from there. And this is how businesses start. If you start that way, you learn that you can make money without having to have the money or the stock or the capital, the thing that is scaring most people who want to start a business. So you get commission. That's how you start growing. Eventually, you'll be able to import your own stuff for those who want to import, or make your own stuff. It is so easy. It is flourishing. People are following fashion. The young people, it is all about fashion all over. And they are buying online. You can be in that bandwagon and you can create a business for yourself. Let's go to number 3. Groceries. I talked about doing groceries after high school. I had a bicycle. I used to go around 20 homes. The day is done. Very fast. And then you make your 200 shillings. That was then when vegetables were very cheap, and that was in the village. In the city, vegetables are very expensive. And I've seen friends who do this. People who are educated. I'm talking about people who are educated. They have done their degrees. Some are pursuing masters, but they can't get jobs, so they look for something that they can be able to do. So grocery is one of the things. They are, for those who work in offices, they are people who deliver fruits, and they deliver to so many. Imagine having 100 offices where you are doing so. If you're in the city, in the village, you can do to homes. People have to use cabbages, skuma, they have to use tomatoes and stuff like that every day. And I will tell you at this juncture, if you want to make money, and the billionaires in this world, most of them, apart from the one who are in IT, they have made their money from basic commodities for the longest time ever, for the time Jesus was here. This is the truth. Go to any country, basic commodity. So the biggest question to ask yourself, what do people consume every day? Let's start with food. People have to take ugali, especially in a country like ours. Wheat is a major thing in all over the world. People have to consume something like soap and stuff like that. Those are the guiding points. And you can start delivering those things because you have to deliver on daily basis. I've seen people in some places in the village, they deliver milk every day from Kinangop to Nairobi, every day in Vibuyus. I know there are laws to that effect, but you'll find this person making 1,000 per day profit, 1,000, and they don't have a car. They use matatus. They come to town with their Vibuyus. That's not a big luggage. You don't pay for it. They deliver, then they go back. By 11, somebody is back at home, and they make their own money. What I'm telling you is there are many other things you can do, many other hustles that I will not mention, and I would like you at this juncture to comment down there and tell us. I'd like people to contribute and tell us which other hustles you think people can be able to start with 0 or 10,000 shillings. Today we are talking about those ones you need 10,000. The reason I'm saying 10,000 is because you need money to pay the matatu. You need money for very basic things like airtime. You need money for very small things, which might even not be 10,000. Number 4, bookkeeping. There are so many SMEs in this country, and I think more than 80 or 90% of businesses are SMEs, small businesses. And of course, we are going the digital way. The taxman have been very serious with businesses and individuals alike. This is not the time not to have your books in order. You also want to understand whether you are making a profit doing business in the 21st century. You have to do your bookkeeping very well. You know whether you are moving forward or you are moving backward. That is very important. So most small businesses cannot afford to have big accounting departments. So you get accountants for as small as 20,000 per year. Auditors for as small as 10,000 per year. I know some of them because I've used them in the past. So someone who has done account, there are thousands of Kenyans, young Kenyans, who have done CPAs and stuff like that. Do you know you can be able to start a hustle? You do bookkeeping for small organization, including a hardware next to where you stay, a small hotel next to where you stay. It's not complicated. This is something you can do, and because business, you work with numbers. In a small village, in a small town, you can get even 10 businesses. Just need to go around, convince people, and be able to charge something that can be able to sustain you for a month. There are so many out there. I've used them. We used them at the beginning. Then, of course, our department kept growing for a time, and now we have a big department where you can be able to do these things. Number 5, these days, There's a lot of baby stuff that people are buying. Let me talk about diapers. People are moving away from napkins, even in the village. Even if you go to Garissa today, they are moving away. Not just diapers, there's a lot of baby stuff. And I know friends who do this for a living, and they move big sales. More than some businesses you can think about. It's a new sensation. I know someone who supply diapers, for example. First, they get a good distributor. You need to do this. Get someone maybe direct from the company or a good distributor, because companies work with distributors where you can be able to distribute. The Kadogo economy is something that can favor you. People buy. If you go to supermarket these days, they buy in bulk. Most of the time they'll buy as a set of, like, I don't know whether they are 6 or 8 or something of the sort, or 10. They buy in bulk. But if you go in the village, they don't have that kind of money. So most people will be buying every day what they can be able to afford. So if you cover a village with, say, 500 to 1,000 people, most of them might have kids. Maybe 100 kids, and you can be able to make a profit out of it. And remember, you don't need money. For some companies, they demand a deposit. For some distributors, they may not be able to demand anything from you. They'll give you, you go and sell, you bring back the money. So you don't need money to start that. Maybe you need money for matatus. You need money sometimes to take motorbikes and stuff like that. You need money to take lunch, and that's where the 10,000 comes in. We are in number 6. One of my side hustles, or something that didn't help me, was web development. For those who have learned IT, and we have thousands of graduates in this area, they are languishing out there because there are no jobs. You can teach yourself a basic skill of web development. There are those who know about software development, which is way better. You can get a job very fast because that's a rare skill, programming and stuff like that. But web development is much easier. The technology has so far advanced, you don't need advanced skills to be able to make websites. They have made it so easy, and you just need to be a marketer. Just some basic skill to move from one place to another, looking for people who can give you business. Going to, most of you will go to government offices, entrepreneurs and stuff like that. I don't want to discourage you from doing that. It might work for you, but don't focus your effort there. Most Kenyans are going there. Don't go there. That's called a red ocean, where there are sharks and they'll eat you. People are competing with people who are established. Go to places where people don't want to go, in the villages, in the cities, in the towns and stuff like that. That's where the opportunity is. You don't need that capital. So you can be able to develop a website if you have these skills, like the way you talked about accountants. If you have done CPA, BCom and all those things, anything that is associated with account, you can do bookkeeping. If you've done IT, you can do web development and other kinds of stuff. What I just needed was the machine I had. And most of you, if you don't have a machine, there are several businesses that once were started from a cyber, big ones, billion-shilling businesses that exist right now. They were started from a cyber. You can do the same. Don't say you don't have a laptop. I know most of you would say that. Go to a cyber and start from there. Maybe you can go every, and that's where the 10,000 is coming in for fare, lunch, and you pay your cyber fees, and you'll be able to go ahead. Some of you have even tablets. You can use what you have. You can borrow your parents' laptop to start this business. You can borrow a friend's laptop to be able to do that. I would also like to talk about online selling of merchandise. We have talked about clothes, shoes, and stuff like that. But I also like to say, as number 7, there are many portals that are giving people ability to create their shop. Let's start with Facebook. You can be able to create your shop in Facebook today and be able to sell for free. And those materials you are selling, like we said, you don't have to own them. You just get from other people you own commission. When your affairs get in order, when you see you keep growing, keep making those businesses grow. When they grow, you get your own money and you can get your own capital and source your own things so that you get more profit and you have more control. But for now, you start where you are with what you have. So portals like Kilimall, Jumia and stuff like that, you can be able to create your shop there and sell things online. I know most of you don't know that. For free. Put your things there and sell. So don't say you don't have opportunities. Then we go to number 8. This is for designers, graphic designers, architects, interior designers. You can create a portal, not even a portal because you need money for that. You can create a Facebook page, and I've seen this. The same way we buy shoes online, we buy shirts, we buy dresses, wigs and hairs, and so many things, especially cosmetics. The same way you can be able to sell your designs online. I've seen people do this. You keep, there are people who are selling home design. These are architects. You buy a design, instead of looking for an architect, it has everything, maybe for 10,000 shillings. And then you create a portal for that. In a month, maybe you can sell 10 designs. That's 100,000 for those who have design work, interior design, graphic design, and all these kinds of people. You can as well join portals, international ones and local ones. I have, at once I saw someone from India who did some graphic design for me. Someone from India who did a website for me. Do you know you can register to those websites and start offering those services? Locally, we have a website called kuhaso.com or .co.ke where you bid for jobs. A web design job, someone wants graphic design, even jobs that are not IT in kind. You go there, you log in, you create an account, and then you start bidding for jobs. I once registered for it, then I was telling one of my brothers to look into it. Maybe you'll get jobs there. You can actually realize you need that more than employment and start creating a job from there going forward. So you can create your own profile based on the skills that you have. Is it IT? Is it graphic design, interior design? Are you an architect? Maybe for survey you may not be able to do that, but there are skills you have. You can post them online, create a portfolio, a profile, a resume, something that people can see, and keep posting every day. You start getting business. I have so many businesses you can start with 10,000, but I'll just give you 10, maybe an extra of 2, but then you can tell us down there, maybe through a comment. You can tell us which other businesses you feel people can start with 10,000. Let us learn from you. Please engage us, ask us questions. Based on my experience, I'll be able to answer you. People have done number 9, research writing. This is obvious. There are people, I know someone who flourished out of that. They created a business. They brought many young people from the university, put them in a room, and they used to do this. His work was to source for jobs, and he used to get so many, then allocate them. Created a business. But the young person, you don't need this. These days, you don't need a big man, a godfather, and all those kinds of people. You just need internet. You log in, you create a profile, and then you start bidding for these jobs. You get one job, you do it well, and people will start referring you out there. Of course, there are legalities and many other stuff regarding that, but you can talk about that later once you get something to do with your life, something that can be able to pay you rent. Your rent, something that can be able to give you fare, and some small amount to be able to live a life of dignity, to be able to survive and thrive and grow as you look for jobs, as you start big businesses. Let's go to number 9. We have events management, and people will think that you need you need to have these materials that are required, the big ones like the big providers, tents, chairs, and all those kinds of stuff. Remember, you can be a consultant. You don't need these things. What happens is that if you have a client, you either hire those things because it's possible to hire them, and some people can give you at a credit. Some of them are lying idle somewhere, especially right now because of COVID. You'll go and someone will tell you, okay, if you can bring money, just go with them and return. Maybe you have an undertaking of sorts. In some places, the client buys everything. Your work, you bring your thinking, your thoughts, your strategy into the ground, and then you arrange those things to have a very beautiful setup. You can be able to do that. What you need to do is to get out there, talk to people. People are things in my language. That's what they say. People have the opportunities. If you need opportunities, that's why people do networking. If you are looking for opportunities, you're also looking for people. People have the opportunities, so you need to walk out there, look for these people. Do you know you can be able to organize people by the client buys everything. Your work is to arrange, organize, and create a beautiful picture. I've seen contractors do this as well. They come, then they use your money. They have the know-how. They'll tell you how they can be able to fence, they can be able to build a structure, how they can be able to repair something. You give them the money, they buy the supplies, and then they do the job. Remember, the client is giving the money. Basically, you need to convince these people. You can be able to make it. Number 10, let's talk about digital marketing, a big term that is used all over in conferences. Let me break it down for you. Basically, it's getting business to advertise themselves online, helping them to do so. Either through a website, you can make a website. One of the things that I did after campus, I remember this was in the year 2008, just before we left. In 2007, we had contested elections in Kenya. One of the things I did, I was doing a website, I identified a client, and I visited him. He was a member of parliament. He was contesting for a member of parliament position by that time. One of the things, and it is in 2007, this is like 14 years ago, just convince him that he needs a website to win this thing. These are rural constituencies. People don't access website. Even phones at that time were very expensive. I told him, you see, for image purposes, this is something that you need. If people see that you have a website, they might trust you more than the guy who doesn't have. They might not access it, but they know you are serious, corporate, and you might bring a change. I will not say that's why they won, but what they told me, I'll give you a target, make the website. They were saying, paying some money, make the website. Every month you must give a certain number of views for me to pay you extra money. So what I did, I just went to cybers all over the constituencies. That time cybers were very popular. I just put a banner there, very nice, well done banner, talking about the website, things that you can be able to access here, project updates, about the MP and stuff like that. And people started accessing. And I got my 25,000 views every month. And that's how I made my own money. So you need to walk out there, look for people. Opportunities will not look for you. You have to go out there and look for them. You have to have a strategy, think through, who are these people who may need my services? Walk to them, convince them why they need those services, and 1 out of 10 will give you the business. That's how it worked. So you can do all that kind of stuff. Digital marketing, helping people to advertise themselves. I was able to help him campaign to advertise himself. After he became the member of parliament, he won, got another kidney. I made a much bigger website. I was updating it. I think I made, I was being given like 5,000 every month for almost 5 years. 5,000 every month for 5 years. One of the things that used to take me less than 30 minutes every day to update. That's also how you can be able, you can go to your member of parliament and do the same. You can go to thousands of companies and do the same. SMEs who cannot be able to do these things themselves. There's also handling social media. There are many organizations, and username is very special. If you come to our Facebook page, you'll be able to reply to you. We have a team at the back end, customer experience team, marketing teams, content generation team, digital marketing teams doing this. But initially, I used to do it myself. Let me tell you, we got our first sale from Facebook in this organization. Remember, this was in 2013, Facebook. In 2013, it tells you the power of social media. So you can help SMEs and people, individuals. We are going to an electioneering year. You'll have so many customers, all these members. Right now, we have a constitution that gives so many posts: women rep, governor, deputy governors, MCA, president, and many others. You can approach these people, do social media marketing for them. Create a Facebook page for them, Instagram page, a website for them. Show them how to get likes, how to get views. Some of you have those skills, and let me shock you. You don't need to have did a bachelor of media communication, bachelors of whatever, journalism or stuff like that. Go to YouTube and learn these skills. You'll be able. YouTube is a university. It's the biggest TV station in the world. You can be able to learn so much from it. How to design graphics, how to edit pages, how to get more views, how to advertise someone and stuff like that. So you can create social media pages. There are those who something called SEO. This might be advanced for some people. You need some more advanced skills to be able to do this. But there are those who are in college like me for 4 years. You can't tell me you can't be able to hack this. You can be able to hack it and teach people how to do it, how to be able to be, how people can be able to get your products from the internet. That is something to do with SEO. There is a lot about digital marketing. You can get clients out there, work. There are so many needs in this society, wherever you look, and that's where the opportunity lies, and I know you look for them. I also wanted to talk about number 11, about starting a YouTube channel. This is a YouTube channel about young people, about transformation. We want to tell you about stories of hope. We also want to tell you about how to do things about business, about real estate, so that you can get enlightened about investment. You can start. There are so many YouTube channels with thousands of views. I listened to a Kenyan YouTuber who is making like minimum of 20,000 every month, and they are starting. There's a time they made, I think, 70,000 in a month. Listen to another one from Ghana. They made 500,000 shillings from one YouTube video. There are those who are talented. They can gather a lot of following. They can get so many people behind them. It doesn't matter how old you are, as young as 20, you can create a following out of something. We have Mini Chaps, who has a big following out of doing some designs there. You can have a talent that you can put online. You have billions of people who will be able to follow you. You can do this in YouTube and make money every month. I'll not tell you it is easy because it takes time to get a following, but there are those who are talented in a certain way. You can be able to draw crowds online and you are relying on that talent. There are those who may not be able to do that, but they are talented in other areas. So you can take that up and start making money every month. Maybe you can be able to make 100K every month out of YouTube. And there are many other things that you can be able to do. The last thing I would like to talk about is Metuba business. I read a story from Nairobi News. This is a nation publication. And I read it for you. There's a guy called George Olang. This is a university graduate. Remember, I'm talking about people who have, don't say you have gone to the universities, you have mastered and all those kinds of stuff. If you come to username, come for an interview, most of the time you don't check those things. We check which skills do you have? What value can you bring to us? Can you be able to bring value to the organization? Can you be able to work? Don't let your qualification be your undoing. They are important, I have to say that. We have to go to school, we have to learn, we have to grow. But once you have them, once you come to the job market, remember people are looking for skills. If you have done IT, I want to know that you can handle our network, you can be able to program. Doesn't matter what grade you got. So we have a university graduate by the name George Olang. Started his career in the corporate sector soon after graduating. He did a Bachelor of Science degree in mathematics. A very difficult course, I may tell you, because I have done part of it. But it only lasted for 2 months, his job in the corporate sector. Within weeks of being employed, his entrepreneurial spirit came into being, and he started nurturing his skills. He left employment and he started hawking shoes. What I noted from this story is that he started this as a side hustle initially, and he started with a few pairs of shoes. Of course, you go to Gikomba, you get the big suppliers, you get like 10 shoes, for example, And then, like I said, you may not need the money to buy them. You just need to have a clear understanding so that you don't steal from those guys. You go sell, then you make a profit, you return the money to these guys. He started in that way. And then, like I said, online is the biggest thing that we have today. If you don't use it, you are losing a big opportunity. So the guy put some stuff online. What he is saying, he used to get them, he removes the dust from them, he makes them shine, he washes them, then he displays them in Facebook and Instagram, and basically in social media. And that's how he started getting clients. So at some point he started getting like 200 kind of shoes from Gekomba. And then after some time he was handling 1,000. He used the power of social media, but initially he went to Gekomba to source for those supplies. And remember, for you to learn, you have to start small. You can't learn with millions. You have to learn with a few thousands that you have. You make mistake, you get conned from people. You can't afford to be conned millions of shillings. And that's why it is very advantageous to start there. Unlike long time ago when we did not have social media, in my age, when we used to do groceries, putting them with a bicycle, right now you do it online. You can use delivery guys who are there, and that's another business someone can start with less than 10,000 shillings. They deliver for you. Most clients are willing to pay the 200 once you deliver. So utakaa mahali, maybe in your own house, you just coordinate the supply side and the demand side. The supply side and the market side. Your work is coordination with your phone. If you have a laptop, is better. You can use your phone, WhatsApp, SMS, you make calls, you have and you start making money. And then people pay via pay bill, buy goods, and you start making money like that. It's not as easy as I'm saying, because it takes time. We are living in the world of instant things. You have Instagram, you have instant coffee. We have, if you are using a taxi, you have Bolt. Everything to do is speed. Even there's a pen called Speed or something of the sort. Everything is about speed and about instant things. And some people think you can just get wealthy, rich overnight. And I will also tell you some things that will not get you there. Betting is not one of the ways you can, one of the businesses you can start with 10,000. For those who think you can do that, there are those who will make millions, a few people out of a million people. Put a million people in a field and then put yourself there. If you have to win millions, you have to be one of those people in those millions. The odds are against you, and you'll keep, most of the time, 1 out of a million times you'll keep losing. Pyramid schemes is not another way. There are so many online. You put 10,000 shillings, you do nothing, you make 10,000 tomorrow. I know there's also cryptocurrencies. If you do it wrongly, you'll burn your fingers and you lose your money. Let's work with addressing needs in the society. People want milk, people want soap, people want unga, people want diapers. Those are things that you'll never go wrong about. People want to do investment. Things like real estate, they are tangible, they are there. You can't go wrong with that. I started with that because you can make 50,000 every month from username. I'm talking about something we are doing today. Just need to sell like 2 plots per month, which most of you can do. Look at your relatives, your church, your friends. Come and we'll give you that contract for free. Start tomorrow. When you have a phone, right? You have our page, we'll give you all the information. Go out there, bring those customers. 50,000 every month is something that you can be able to do. So I was giving the story of George. He's just 29 years old. He has been able to do this, and he started a shoe business. That guy, in many years, he might not be employed because he learned how to do it. These days, you don't need to do things kienyeji style, because most of very educated folks, people like me, you have done your diploma, your degree, you are living somewhere in a very nice estate. You don't want to get your hands dirty. You want something that looks big, corporate, something that you can post in Instagram, people like it. Get your hands dirty. But if you are not comfortable with that, social media has provided you an avenue to be able to do any kind of business in a very clean way, in a way that looks corporate, in a way that looks dignified and respectable. Take advantage and you can be able to do it. I've revolved around social media today because most of these products, these are business ideas. We sell land online ourselves. You can book land from username website online. That is land. But there are many products that you can be able to sell online, whether it's cars, real estate. You can go to a garage tomorrow, number 13. Go to a showroom tomorrow. There are so many. Maybe you allow, those guys may allow you to take photos. Of course, there are security concerns. And then you go sell those cars out there. You get a buy, you bring to them, you get a commission and stuff like that. Most big businesses started that way because what happens is that you learn how to start with nothing when you're in a corner, when you're in a wall, when you have done anything, when your pockets are empty, when your stomach is very hungry, when you don't have any means of transport, you learn how to do it without anything. And by doing so, you learn many skills. You harden. I heard another lady talk about that. You're very soft. They did not know about the world. Once they started hustling, doing these small businesses, they hardened. They learned how Nairobi works. Don't allow Nairobi to teach you how it works. It will finish you off. Learn how Nairobi works before it comes to you. They hardened and they were able to succeed. Thank you so much. I would like you to comment there. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, my Instagram. Follow me there. Look for Reuben Kimani KE everywhere from Username Investment. Reuben Kimani KE everywhere. In YouTube, in Facebook, in Instagram, and in LinkedIn. You find me there. Many ideas. Share your ideas with us, and I believe many young Kenyans will benefit from this. So don't say there is no job. Don't stay at home languishing, complaining. Don't wait for politicians to come and bring handouts to you and some funny things there. You can go out there and look for opportunities yourself. You can use your phone. Most of us have, almost everyone has a phone. Even with 2 lines and a lot of internet, and you can get bundles. I heard about someone who used to go to a mall just to get free Wi-Fi. Then they do their own stuff. This free Wi-Fi, my friend, you can go with your phone, charge is not expensive, and start doing some of these things. Let's stop complaining. Try to do something, cognizant of the fact that we don't have many opportunities in a country like ours. We are not a first world, but the few that are there, we can be able to use them, and maybe that is the path we need to get to the first world. Thank you so much. This is Reuben Kimani, Username Investment Limited. Keep tuned in. Keep watching these videos. I hope to see you next time.